This week on the Weekly Wrap-Up, we talk about PlayStation VR games, because that's new and different. We never talk about those.
It's a new topic.
And we talk about PlayStation VR games. This is the Weekly Wrap-Up. This is the Midnight Gamescast. We record every Tuesday afternoon at midnight, bring it to YouTube every Wednesday as the Weekly Wrap-Up. That's this right here. You found us. Hang out. Right?
Don't go anywhere.
What else you gotta do?
Right? It's nice and cool in here.
Every Thursday as PlayStation VR Theater.
Wow.
Every Friday as Viewer Takeover. As always, I'm Brian Paul, and to my right, your left, the king of all VR kings, Jeremy King.
Howdy, folk. And madam. Folk. Yes. It's not warm in here whatsoever. It's a delight, actually. Anyways.
And to my left, your right, Michelle. The one, the only, Michelle Varicchione.
You know, I thought I was the one and the only, but then I watched you and Des this week, and I noticed that you said that about Des, too.
Well, there is one and only
I said that this week.
You did.
Usually,
and I was like, oh, Brian, how dare you?
Usually right before we start the show, right before we start Gaming Without Parole, I come up with something, like something stupid to call Des. And then
I'm sure he appreciates that.
I guess I just totally blanked this week, and if I called him one the only?
You did. And I was
Carnival
like,
games.
I wonder if he's gonna say my name as he introduces Des.
Yeah, right?
Well, you must have missed the episode before that, where we showed you playing guitar on the big screen behind us, and maybe later in this episode, where we gave you a shout out for being the Carnival Games Queen.
Hooray!
Carnival games.
Who knew you played such a big part in our other shows?
I had no idea.
Right?
Also, guitar? Why? What's going on there?
I don't know. Des was doing one of his snaps, and I'm like, no, stop snapping, no more magic. And I was like, well,
we
what?
all love his magic.
I was like, what files do I have on my computer that I can change
that
the
one?
background?
Yes.
And I was like, oh, Michelle's playing guitar, fantastic. I think it was like your Me and Jigs cover, Josh Ritter.
Oh, the one with the hat.
There was no music playing. It was just you playing guitar, so it didn't really matter what it was.
Cool.
Yeah. And now that everyone's tuned out, we
right.
can do what we really want to do, and
VR
that's hang out and talk about video games. But mostly, this is just like a conversational podcast where like we hang out and we talk. If you came here for your news, if you came here for like up to date like breaking news and things you didn't know,
go somewhere else in the channel.
No, the channel, we've got you covered everywhere else.
Just a different day.
Just not here.
Absolutely. Make sure you click like. If you don't subscribe already, make sure you subscribe. The only way we know if you like these videos if you click like, and I gotta say, we're gonna start making some changes if certain videos don't get more likes.
Yeah.
Because this one usually gets about 100.
Yeah.
Some of the other ones don't.
Yeah.
So if you don't like those as much, we'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
Your call.
Trash it.
All right, guys. Why do I keep I steal your pen every single week?
Right,
I put one behind my ear.
It's the thing. You need at
7
least
pens.
2. Here.
Right?
Have another one. I brought my own.
Perfect.
Wow, Michelle.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So have you guys? The Spark tournament's been going on.
Yes, it has.
Yes, it has.
And it's moving
Fast
on
and furious.
fairly successfully.
Yeah.
I've been very unsuccessful in the Spark tournament.
Oh,
I got eliminated
yes.
day 1.
So I know Des won the first time around. Has he played again yet?
Des played because I don't think there's been. We haven't gotten to the next bracket
We
as
haven't.
far as I know, but I'm not really as up to date on this as I should be.
Right.
So you lost last week, but we talked about that. You played on Friday.
I
very
did.
last minute. We couldn't find your opponent.
Yeah, I couldn't find.
And
Well,
then
we were
JD
6 hours
Oh yeah,
apart.
that was a mess for a second.
Yeah, then it was
We were like,
Timinator,
"Where's
47.
Timinator 47 was your new opponent.
From the UK, I believe.
Excellent.
And yeah, he was awesome. He was great.
What's
He
up,
kicked-
Timinator 47?
Hello.
Hey.
Kicked my ass, which wasn't difficult, I must say. But he stayed up really late so that he could play me.
Oh, right, for a 6-hour time zone difference.
I think they were 5, but he had to be at work at 7 o'clock in the morning, and
Oh,
it was.
gosh.
I don't even know what time it was there. I forget.
Poor guy.
But yeah, he did it.
But he won.
Oh yeah, I don't
Congratulations,
didn't even
sir.
get a point on him. Yeah,
Really?
it was bad. It was bad.
Yeah, that was kind of like my match against Simon. Like
Yeah.
the entire first round, I just
Yeah.
nope, nothing.
So bad, I didn't even
You
feel
should've
bad for
kicked my
myself.
ass,
It was
too.
just like, when you see a dead animal that's been run over and it's been mutilated so much it becomes not sad anymore. It's like, oh shit. It was like that. I got so destroyed it was funny.
Is that what you compared it to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the dead animal theme.
Cool.
Apparently I
How long is
Hang them.
the tournament gonna last?
Well,
I feel like it's gonna be a while, right?
Till it's over.
Until it's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how many rounds there are. I mean, because I'm not
17. This is round 2. No, I don't know how many there are. I think it's like right on to the last bracket, right?
Yeah. It's there's you can go online and see how many there are, how many brackets there are, and every bracket takes about a week. We give everyone that much time.
Yeah.
But I think it'll actually speed up as time goes on because there'll be fewer and fewer people
Yes.
playing,
Oh, of
and they'll
course.
get their matches
Come
over
towards the
sooner.
end, it'll be-
And as soon as it'll only take a couple of days for everyone to start playing, they'll really start speeding up.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna announce some prizes because I've been collecting these prizes from all these from game developers and game publishers,
Right.
but they're kind of scattered all over my computer, and I need to kind of group them all together and announce
There's
what
other
those are all
things
going
scattered
to be.
all over your computer too.
Yeah,
Put a
papers
blue
and-
light to it.
No, that's the one thing that's not over there. I don't have time for that anymore.
Right? It's all over the couch. That's right.
It's a real mess here.
Yeah.
Who wants to be my unpaid Asian cute assistant? that
No one
takes
apparently.
No one.
makes
I've
sense.
been
Yeah.
asking for about 2.5 years.
Yeah.
No one.
You
No
almost had
takers.
one. You came close.
Brian,
Whoa.
can I not comment on that?
I mean, I think you should, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
but maybe not.
It was probably more than close.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So make sure the other thing is if you want to keep up to date with our Spark tournament, if you want to be part of future tournaments, I know what people have been talking about maybe doing a Smashbox Arena tournament, which would be so much fun now that there's voice chat and when you get the 3-on-3, we can probably make a tournament like that go much faster. Join our Without Parole Game Cats community. If you don't know what that is,
Yeah.
we love the Game Cats.
Yeah.
If you don't know what that is, go to on your PlayStation 4 home screen, go to the Communities tab and just search for Without Parole Game Cats. Game Cats, all one word.
Yep.
And just join us. That's where you get to kind of talk to us a little bit more one-on-one, and also all the Game Cats that want to be part of that community, and that's where you're going to find us playing games as well. So if you want to play games with us, the other Game Cats, that's the best way to do it. Man, last week was such a crazy week for VR. And this week's even crazier.
Oh, lovely.
All right, so last week there was the Solus Project, which I gave a fantastic review to. That was, I blasted through in 15 hours because I kind of cheated my way through it. I had to get a review out there. I know Justin Parada's out there, and he's like 20 hours deep, and he's like, I might be halfway through if I'm lucky. I'm like, well, that's what happens when you don't cheat.
Yeah.
Good for you. And that was fantastic. That's the first person. There's like some slight crafting. It's a survival game, which survival is very tough. But there's all these
You
great
said the motion controllers are a little tricky at first, though.
for like an hour, and then suddenly it's
clicks.
awesome. And luckily, it's such a long game.
Clicks.
Like Paranormal Activity, like that game, like it was only like a 3-hour game, so you were just getting used to the controls by the end of it. 15 hours, 20 hours of the Solus Project, it's like just the very first small fraction of the game that you're getting used to the controls, and then like the majority of it, you're just jumping around and having fun.
Right.
But also End Space came out last week, and this one's been super divisive. I haven't had a whole lot of time to play it. I'm only about 4 levels deep. It's super bare bones, but people refer to it as a single-player Eve Valkyrie, and that I think was to the detriment of this game because it's way more straightforward, way more simple than that, and I think that we're gonna this is a game that's gonna be patched over and over and over for the next couple months, just like remember Special Delivery.
Yep.
What a crappy Paperboy game that was,
Oh,
and
yeah.
now it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turning is a lot more
I
sharp
should go
now
back
on that
and
one.
try it out again.
Yeah, it's a lot
Now that it's
different with the
been
controls
yeah.
Now
changing.
you can aim controller, you can shoot papers with, with an air cannon. But End Space, it's got some issues, and maybe we'll talk about that a little bit later. And then this week is a big one. We didn't get some of the releases that we thought we were going to get, but we did get Voltron VR Chronicles, which I stayed up way too late reviewing last night. Great game, but also very short, 45 minutes.
Sleeps.
No.
45 minutes to an hour, but it's fantastic. Even though it's like $15, a little overpriced. We also got Vrog, which is VR Frog, $5,
Makes
which
sense.
is maybe still overpriced. I played a little bit of that this morning. Light Tracer, which I have not played, $15. Puzzle-ish game. We did a PlayStation VR theater about
Wait,
this.
so what was Vrog? What is
Vrog.
that?
Frog is VR Frog.
You
are
just hop
first
around
person
as a frog?
Yeah. No, you don't. Yeah, well, you hop around a little bit. I don't think you use a controller at all.
Okay.
I was holding a controller, but I don't think I ever used it.
Right.
It's just kind of like
I feel like I need this, but don't.
You don't need bugs or anything?
it's all head tracking based, and so if you stare at a bug, you eat it.
Okay.
Yeah, and you hop around from lily pad to lily pad, avoiding bad guys and trying not to eat the wrong bug, I guess.
Okay.
The wrong bugs, I haven't figured out which one are the wrong bugs. I think they're the mosquitoes and everything else you can eat. And I'm like, but every time I eat a mosquito on accident,
What happens?
my aiming reticle starts going, ooh,
Oh.
so I can't like aim at the bug I want to eat,
Huh.
which is
That's weird.
bullshit. But then
Yeah.
there's this other bug that flies around, has rainbows coming out of its ass, and that slows their time down. So that's
Yeah.
apparently how you get combos.
Jeez.
Here's the deal. I will never complain about spending $5 on a game because it's $5 and it's
Yeah.
a game. And I'm like, even if I spend 20 minutes with that, I'm like, hey, I tried a new VR experience, $5.
Right.
$5.
If they charge any more for $5, I would have complained for this. But
Yeah.
for $5, it's stupid.
Teeter.
If you have a kid that like you just don't mind throwing in VR, maybe it's all right.
Right.
Throw 'em right the
Throw
fuck
'em
in
in.
there.
Light Tracer.
Get in there.
Light Tracer, we did a PlayStation VR theater on. You hold a beam of light or a wand and you direct the person on screen to walk in different places. Apparently, it's a puzzle
Right.
game. I haven't gotten to play that one yet. I'm sure there'll be a review up by tomorrow. And then DWVR, which is a first-person, interesting kind of wave-based.
I don't remember that.
I want to, yeah. You know why? Because we never covered it on this channel
Ah.
ever.
Ah.
Yeah, no, I heard the name in passing over the last a couple months.
Yeah.
And I just never like looked into it.
Right.
And I think at one point I reached out to developers and just heard nothing.
Yeah.
And so just only a couple days ago did I like really look at this for the first time.
And that came out this week.
And that came out yesterday. Which is
Yesterday.
today. All right.
Must have eaten one of those bugs with the the mosquito.
That was the mosquito.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Let's cover the news later. But for now, what do you think, Michelle?
I think we should begin this episode because that was a lot of news.
There's a lot of news.
That was,
was
a lot of news. Let's begin this episode the way we begin every single episode with a little game of should we or shouldn't we.
Yes.
We're going to put 60 seconds on the clock. Brian, clock up on the counter the way that Jeremy likes it.
It's too sticky out, so it's sticking right to
Oh.
my upper belly area. It's not peeling down on the
TMI.
table.
I keep it off my neck. It's coming through my shirt.
We need
Well,
a new thing
impressive.
going on. And we're going to have 60 seconds to tell you what we have been playing or watching and whether you should be playing or watching too.
Who wants to go first?
Jeremy, would you like to go first?
Sure, I'll go first.
On your mark, get set, and...
Go.
Go. So I I played End Space, and I agree with you on a lot of stuff. That sense of speed does not exist at all. You just look around at random things that you're somewhat getting closer to, and you're shooting at other things that move around you. I didn't progress much. I only did 3 or 4 levels, and so I didn't have enough points to, increase my shooting or all that bullshit, but I feel like right now in the beginning areas, you definitely don't have enough stamina to your lasers to take down shit, and you don't have enough missiles either. So you're sitting there like with that fucking noise that chimes off all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You're waiting, you fire a missile, then so it was slow going. It wasn't very. It was boring. I felt it was a little bit boring, but I mean, it looked somewhat nice. I thought it was funny in the screen where you're choosing your level that the dude in his full gear like scratched his nose, like you could feel it. But
feel it?
should we?
$20.
If I paid $20 for this, I think I'd be upset.
Maybe wait a week. It might go on sale.
$12.99, I'd say, might be more worth it, but I can't fully say that yet because it's only been 3 or 4 levels.
Full disclosure, I got to get better at this. Usually, when we get review keys for games, usually it's me using the review key and then making a review and posting in the description that we got a review key from the developer. Oftentimes, we don't get review keys till super late, which means I've already paid for the game, and I just pass off the review keys to these guys. We got to be better about making sure we follow the rules and we're just going to say in the video from now on so that we don't forget in the description.
Yeah.
I gave the review key to Jeremy, so thank you, developers.
Thank you.
I have, I've got some serious issues with this game. The sense of speed is so. The biggest thing I saw right off the bat was that the backgrounds are just 2D wallpapers.
Yeah.
Right. And you're like, okay, well, that's fine because I think a lot of space games do that.
Yeah.
Right. And to the game's credit, these big, beautiful 2D wallpapers
They look
are
alright,
really
yeah.
nice looking.
Yeah.
But when there's no like debris or meteors or anything like flying by when you
especially
when you push the boost,
for a few seconds,
have some like little lines,
sparkles,
right?
Yeah. Anything.
Sparkles.
Something to show
Sparkles.
that.
We sparkles.
Anything to make it look like you're moving faster, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it just looks like you're sitting in place, and that
Yeah.
all the ships are coming at you instead
Yeah.
of you moving towards them.
weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like you're stuck in the middle of space, and shit just happens
coming
around
around you.
Right.
Yeah.
which might actually be technically what's happening in the game.
Yeah.
But as developers, they need to be. And somebody in the comments was like, "Oh, this is a bug." It's not a bug. They just didn't fucking program it. So
Yeah.
that's the difference between a bug and poor programming. And to be fair to the developers, I think there's only 2 of them. Like 2 developers. So this is like a super
Like
small
for 2
indie-
people, that's
Yeah.
not a bad job. You know what I mean? But
if it was a
Still.
if it was a $10 game, I'd
Yeah.
be like, well done, folks, and please keep updating your game. We'll be happy to get those speed lines or whatever it is you put in,
something, yeah.
and get rid of that beeping sound that says an object is nearby. And the calibration is awful.
Oh, it's gotta be
Yeah.
that annoying, huh?
If you reset the camera, suddenly you're facing this way.
Yeah.
And you have to like turn on the couch to play
Right.
properly.
I was on a pivoting chair actually, so it worked perfect. I was like doing all this. Yeah.
But supposedly all these
Seems
things are
like the way
getting
to play.
fixed.
Yeah.
All these things are getting fixed. It's up to you whether you think $20 is worth it. People have said that later in the game it gets better. Like if you get past like level 6, 7, 8, that
Yeah.
it gets a whole lot better. And like I have very little desire to go back.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to go back.
But I'm going to force myself to because I do want to do a review, especially for people who don't get to those later levels.
Yeah.
It seems I've already got like half the trophies and I only played for like an hour. I'm a little concerned that it's a really short game.
Yeah.
And there's nothing to tie those missions together. Right?
Yeah, it's just one mission. Oh, these miners did this. Go kill them. Oh, this is fucking this. Go kill it. You know. Ambush. You know.
And that guy talks a lot too.
He does talk a lot.
A lot. The voice acting's probably the best part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Well
It's not
done,
a bad
sir.
thing.
Yeah.
You want to go next?
Sure.
On your mark, get set, and go.
Well, first, I would like to say that I have officially given up on Destiny.
Wow. That was.
It was short-lived, yeah. I got really bored really fast. I obviously got to the highest level in like 2 days. It was like level 20, and then I got my light up really high, and I don't even smoke. You're such a jerk.
You lit up and got really high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making fun of you.
In VR.
Anywho, I got really bored, and now I'm just watching my boyfriend play it and move on. Anyway, so I am now.
Oh, you're not
watching...
telling him to spend more time with you? Stop ignoring me.
Nope. I'll go hang out on the
VR
hammock.
is not
I'll go hang
ruining
out on the
it.
hammock. Though it is stopping me from playing VR games because he's playing Destiny so much, and I'm like, I want to play games. But
Yeah.
anyways, I've been watching Boardwalk Empire.
Oh, fantastic.
On Amazon. Have you seen it before?
Up to season 4.
Up to season 4. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
only on season 2. It's like
And
hour-long
thank you for
episodes.
stopping.
For stopping. It's a really,
Oh, go
really
ahead,
good
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Based in like the
6
1920s
years back, it was a good- no, I'm just-
Prohibition and well, I just found it. So
You want to talk about
you know
Zelda?
what?
Yeah, I know. Actually, I just commented somebody
Yeah,
about that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yep. We'd love for Jeremy to talk about Zelda all day, every day.
I
But
would too.
this is a PlayStation
sure?
VR podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Boardwalk Empire.
It's
Fantastic.
really good. Should
Should
we?
be.
Yeah.
Should we? Whatever.
Fantastic. All right. I'm no offense. I'm gonna go now.
All taken.
On my mark, get set and go. So I didn't talk about much about DWVR when we were starting this up because I think it's pretty awesome. I wanted to use this as my 60 seconds. DWVR, I think, gives us a little glimpse into what Doom VFR is going to be like, where it's teleportation based, but as soon as you click where you want to go, you slide to that location. So it's like you're sliding all around the place, which is cool because sometimes you'll like be on a ledge and you'll be like, oh, I want to go over there, and like it's like you're not jumping over there, but you are sliding to the location. So it's cool because you have to like, kind of get out of your mindset that you have to like go find a way down there. But what it really feels like more than anything else is if you took Ancient Emulator, right, and you took it off those towers, like you've got the waves of people coming at you instead of attacking crystals, and you can move all around the map instead of standing on the towers. There is a button that brings up a wide range of weapons. There is like the whole spellcaster thing, like in Ancient Emulator. There's a gun. There's I think eventually there is a bow, but I could be wrong. I've only got 3 weapons right now because I just started playing. The gun is cool.
Do you just unlock them as you go?
I don't know.
Okay.
So the deal with it is I wish there was just like End Space. There doesn't seem to be anything to tie all these levels together. It's like, hey, here's a series of levels, and each one has 3 difficulty modes. And that's like you just pick it from a menu, and you're like, I'm kind of like, man, I think that's what Doom is going to bring to this genre. It's going to be like, hey, here's like a cohesive, like it's a full game. You feel like you're doing something from beginning to end instead of just being like, I'm going from this place, then I'm going to be this place again, but it's harder, and this place again, but it's harder, and then a new place. Right, which is cool. I've been complaining about wave-based shooters or wave-based games because we've had too many of them. But this one lets you move around. This one gives you a range of weapons. This one does a lot more. And $15. So again, the price point seems like it's in the right place.
Spot on.
Yeah, I'm only 20, 30 minutes in. I just gave it a quick try before filming this. But as of right now, it's a definite should we for me, and I can't wait to see the other weapons because right now in 2 move controllers it feels really, really good. I wasn't the biggest fan of Ancient Emulator, but this I can really get behind.
Yeah.
We all know Jeremy hated Ancient Emulator.
I wasn't a
as
huge
well.
fan of it. It was a little dull.
Yeah.
The whole bow and arrow. Yeah, I won't get into it, but yeah.
I didn't. If they let me like run around that environment, I probably would have liked it a whole lot more, and that's what DWVR is doing.
Nice.
Also, I don't know what DWVR stands for.
Drum Workshop. That's when you first said that. I'm like, DW, like the old Drum Workshop. That's like my old kit. It's a Drum Workshop, but
I was thinking Dragon Warrior VR. I was like, that can't be right. It would have cost way more money.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was our should we definitely should we on all counts minus end space.
Yes.
That's a
yeah.
I didn't know that was one of the options. Should we? Shouldn't we? Or
Yeah.
Apparently it is.
Sale item.
So one of the games that was supposed to come out this week was Megaton Rainfall. It was one we were all looking forward to. You get to be a superhero, fly over the fucking
around.
place.
Yep.
And it's supposed to be kind of open world. The one thing that really drives me crazy about this is I still have no idea what the price point is.
Yeah.
Right? So it got delayed at the last minute. Last week, Alonso Del Cerro from Pentadimensional Games basically made a post on Twitter and said, hey, we're going to have an announcement next week, right now, about the launch of our game, which means it's not coming out.
Yeah.
Right? Otherwise, there'd be no announcement. It would just be out.
Yeah.
That's a bummer. It looked kind of cool.
Yeah. So today we found out that it got delayed 3 weeks to the October 17th. Now, that's fine, right? There's been a lot of bitching and moaning online. People who feel... gamers are very entitled people. Very. They're like, there's one guy who's like, fuck you and your game. And I was like, dude,
wow.
A, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Right? And B, they're probably doing something to improve it, like fixing a major bug or something.
Yeah.
And if it comes out without them doing that, you're going to be like, fuck you and your
Yeah,
game.
right? Can't release one all completed. What the fuck?
Right.
I mean, we can appreciate the fact that if they need to tighten it up and something that they want to release a better product and have to delay it a little bit.
How can you fault them for
Yeah,
that?
it's not like it's 3 months. It's fucking 3 weeks.
Yeah. And even if it was 3 months, this game's been in development for 4 years. Let's make it right.
Yeah.
I posted a tweet on in a response tweet that said, listen, I've been waiting my whole life to be a superhero in VR. I can certainly wait an extra 3 weeks.
Right.
There you go.
Right. All right. So that's... excited to look forward to, but what drives me crazy about it is we have no idea how much the price point's going to be. They tweeted out, they said, but it is now available for pre-order on the PlayStation Store. Not true, and then they deleted that tweet.
Just kidding.
Yeah, because I was like, well, this is fantastic, because even though it's still 3 weeks out, at least I'll know what we're looking at. Is it going to be a $20 game or a $60 game?
Yeah.
I still have no fucking idea. And so I was excited to pre-order it so I could find out how much it costs. Still don't know. So this could be a huge game or this could be a small game. 4 years in development, we still don't have any idea.
Jeez.
But something that's extremely cool is that for all fans of Resident Evil 7, a.k.a. this guy, the Not a Hero DLC is coming out December 14th.
Yeah.
And it's going to be free.
Free.
For anyone who like...
That's a good price point.
That is a great price point.
Should we?
Yeah. Ding.
It's free DLC, and you play as Chris Redfield, and it looks like it's super action oriented. Like it is not like Resident Evil 7 proper.
Yeah.
You're walking around like these caverns, and there are just like zombies everywhere, or not zombies, whatever.
Now whatever they are. Yeah.
Mold creatures or the molded or something.
Or monsters meet zombies. I don't know.
I think the weaponry is going to be like some cool weaponry. There's going to be just a lot of action, and the fact that it's completely playable in VR is what everyone was concerned about.
Yeah.
And of course it is, and being free is better than anything else. But the thing that no one is talking about is the other DLC for Resident Evil 7 that's also coming out that day called The End of Zoe, which if you played through all of Resident Evil 7, you'll know what that's in reference to. And
no spoilers?
Nope.
Good.
No, because I'd be spoiling it for both of you, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'm working on my second playthrough right now. So The End of Zoe is not free DLC, but it is a continuation of the Resident Evil 7 storyline, which is fantastic because I fucking love that game.
Yeah.
And it's also totally playable in VR. You just got to pay for it. I don't care. That's fantastic.
Sweet.
And then the final bit of news is that Raw Data. Now, Raw Data is a PC VR game.
Okay.
That's been getting a lot of critical acclaim. The people are talking about how it's the best VR game out there right now.
Really?
Which is crazy. right?
Yeah.
I'm like, how can something like this compete with like Resident Evil 7?
Have we watched anything about this?
So I want to say we did a PlayStation VR theater about it, and well, even I couldn't remember because now we've done so many that I don't know what we've covered and what we haven't.
Right.
And
now I'm curious. I'm looking it up later.
Yeah.
but I remember looking further into this game when it got announced for PlayStation VR, and the whole thing seemed to be taking place in one room.
Okay.
Where it was just like a line of robots around the wall, and they were coming at you in waves, and they're coming in from outside, and it was just like it looked like you were standing in one place, another wave shooter, right?
Okay.
But like more innovative weaponry. Like you throw something to freeze everything, and then you could shoot them. I think.
Yeah.
People are saying
We
now.
don't know much about it.
Well, I don't know much about it, but apparently a lot of people out there know a lot more about it, and I'm trying to get more information. There's supposedly there's PvP, there's like hand to hand, like melee weapons and stuff.
Yeah.
None of this is anything I've seen in the trailers.
Huh.
So I'm very curious to know what raw data is really going to be like when it hits on October 10th.
Coming soon.
Yes.
Really soon.
Yep.
Very.
And if it's as good as people say, then I really can't wait.
Nice.
Right. That was a lot of news.
That was a lot of news, Brian.
What do you think? Is
You
that-
need a sip of water, not coffee, because you're just dehydrating yourself more.
My allergies are kicking in.
Oh my gosh,
My
so-
ears keep popping. And I have to do that.
My allergies have been
That's-
the
Oh,
worst today.
Like 3 or 4 weeks now. My
I woke up and
itching,
sneezed like 15 times in a row.
Yeah, the
It was
sneezing.
awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when it's late, like,
It didn't help that the guy outside was like mowing the lawn, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Because my windows were open. I'm like, "Why are you killing me?"
yeah, fall
the
allergies
guy
suck.
outside. Yeah.
Right.
You know.
The
Spring allergies
groundskeeper.
are low. The groundskeeper, yeah, to keep your
Groundskeeper.
land nice and trim.
Yes. So I think that about wraps up the wrap up.
Brazilian, you think?
Probably Brazilian.
Nice and trim.
Trim every morning.
Every morning.
They must.
Brazilian wax?
Maybe.
Every morning.
What do you think? I mean, yeah,
I think a high threshold for pain.
maybe. I mean, who knows?
Or they just like it.
I'm dying.
Like glass.
Okay.
All right. Well,
Okay.
that was a weekly wrap up. Jesus, my ears keep popping. This is going to drive me crazy and probably drive you crazy hearing all of my noises to unpop them. To make sure that was, I don't know, if this is the weekly wrap up, make sure you tune in tomorrow for PlayStation VR Theater. As always, I'm Brian, that's Jeremy, Michelle, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Ciao. And so I'm sitting there with almost all of the same people.
You're back at the banner.
Yep.
Your homeless Jesus continuation.
Yes.
Part 2.
Part 2.
Part 2. Back at the banner this last Thursday, 1 week following the other event. So I'm there deciding what to eat. And the person who had recommended the sandwich last time that I had gotten,
Salmon Reuben.
the haddock Reuben, that I was like not sure if it would go together with. It wasn't salmon.
You said salmon last time.
Did I say salmon?
We have video proof.
I don't know if there was salmon.
I'm going to check the footage.
Yeah, go for it.
Yep.
But I'm I'm pretty sure it was just
Sure.
haddock.
I don't know.
But-
what was Jesus allergic to?
So-
was it salmon or haddock? It was salmon, damn it.
No allergies. Just couldn't eat it. He just wouldn't eat it.
Wouldn't eat it.
Yeah.
He wasn't that hungry.
And then walked away.
Should've.
So I was sitting there and I'm trying to decide what to eat, and the person who recommended that sandwich last time hadn't ordered, so I'm like, what the fuck am I gonna do? And then I was like, oh yeah, and then I told them the story of the homeless guy, and as I'm saying, and then this homeless guy said he walked right fucking by, and you know how the windows in the banner, it's opened up so it's outside, so
Yeah.
we're sitting here, the table's here, the outside is right here, and the people I'm speaking to are sitting here. As I'm saying it, homeless Jesus walks right by, and I'm like, and there he is, like that. And just like that famous footage of the Sasquatch, and he turns and looks, it was one of those. As he went around the corner, he's like, "Who, me?" And then gone, like he knew. I'm like, and there he is.